Hello, hello. What is up? So, I have continued testing a little bit. I played exactly one league with this list after making some changes. So, if you have watched my previous stream or my previous YouTube video, you're going to find a list that I tested yesterday. Playing basically was based off of the list that won the modern challenge over the weekend, and it was a list playing 29 lands, basically the same mana base that I've been playing for a while. How you doing, Nasho? Welcome. Um, and adding just a Field of the Dead to the main deck. We are cutting Pact of Negation. Doing just fine. Doing pretty great actually. So basically what we did is we cut Pact of Negation. We added Grazer and Coalition Relic, second Trinket Mage, and then everything else is pretty much the same that I was running. And I just, right before starting the stream, I 5-0'd with exactly this list. So this is what we are going to be testing today. From yesterday's list, the only change that I made is I took out the Golos and I added Walking Ballista. It's just like, as a one-off, Golos was just, it was kind of just not cutting it. Like we didn't really see, like we cast it 0 times throughout 2 leagues yesterday. It was, I don't know, it was like a little bit clunky, and I think I'd rather just have access to Walking Ballista, which is probably not as good of a card in some situations, in terms that it doesn't help us get to Titan mana, but definitely way more flexible, and it fixes fixes. I mean, the proper word is probably it helps in certain matchups that are otherwise very bad for us, like more than anything humans, and like stuff like infect, or things like that. So that is the only thing that I changed. 79496, thank you for that follow, I appreciate it. Hey, how you doing, Scott? And hi, Sky Scott, everybody, all the Scots in chat. Welcome, everyone. So yeah, I do think that I want the second Trinket Mage. This hand just keeps this card just keeps overperforming for me. I don't know. It is just consistently quite solid. It just does what I want it to do, and it's just, I don't know. I think it's just a good card right now. And the only thing that I would want to have in the sideboard is maybe access to a Pithing Needle. The flex slots I would think in the sideboard are this two. Still not sold on Tireless Tracker. I love this card, but I'm still not sold that we want to be doing this. I am sold on Bailoff though. I think that it's pretty amazing against the mono red Phoenix deck. Now that I played it, I played the matchup a little bit more. This card actually seems very good against the Phoenix deck. So I think I want to be doing that over Nullhide Ferox. And yeah, these are the only 2 flex slots that I would consider. Purge is excellent against Phoenix, excellent against Bloodmoon, of course. It also exiles Revelers, Swift Spears, Phoenixes, whatever you name it, as well as Liliana. That one did come up actually in one of the matches, Liliana and stuff like that. Tracker, I don't know. I honestly would kind of want to make room for 1 Pithing Needle. That is the main thing that I'm trying to figure out. Mostly because of the Ursa deck. The Ursa deck is personally, I think the Ursa deck is very, very good. So I think I want to have something to do something against the Ursa deck, and I just don't think Tireless Tracker does pretty much anything, honestly. I mean, is Purge that good against Phoenix, against Bloodmoon? Yes, it is. Because it exiles it. I'm a Korean, now it's 3 a.m. Please upload this deck result to YouTube. I am what all your... Oh, sweet, 7. I really appreciate it. Well, glad that you are, you're awake still at 3 a.m. to watch the stream a little bit at least. But yes, all my streams get uploaded to YouTube, so you never need to worry about that. You're gonna be able to always check them out later. But yeah, I really appreciate you being here today. So yeah, so Tracker is the only card that I'm not sold on. Just Piting Needle. Piting Needle is what I would want to probably try over this Tracker. So let's do that right now. And let's fire up a league. Funny enough, in this league that I was saying that I just 5-0'd with, I played against Edgar, which was hilarious. But Edgar was playing Mardu Shadow, so just lit him up. He said that he was jealous the entire match. Because I was casting Titans and he was casting Death Shadows instead, you know. Okay, here we go. Easy mulligan. We do have a green source for the Azusa, but we don't have land, so better. Better, but still not good enough, I don't think. Much better. Keep this, bottom this, and probably bottom the Azusa. Playing against the Hogaak. So if we find bounce land into Titan, we just win. How possible is it that this Ghost Quarter is Strip Mine? I think that Hogaak lists have started playing a second basic swamp. It seems a little bit too risky. Seems a little bit too risky. All right, so we have our Titan. We do have our Titan, so we are just missing the bounce land. Yeah, they have a pretty slow start. The thing is that destroying the Blood Crypt could stop a Faithless Looting, and Faithless Looting is probably like the best card that my opponent can have right here. But I think that we just play the Amulet and pass the turn. Yep. If we find the bounce land, we're gonna win this game. Gross. So bounce land and win. Even Boros Garrison does it because I can just go squatter my own forest, so. Okay, glad I didn't go squatter because my opponent still has the mana, so. This is still not, so I have 2 turns to draw a bounce land. I have 2 turns to draw a bounce land. And whether my opponent resolves a Hogaak or not, I don't care. Now a very interesting to your so that hand was very slow, right? We had 2 bounce lands, Tolaria West, and we had Trinket Mage. If we had had an Amulet, I would have kept that hand. If we... Oh, okay, so they're gacking this turn. I was like, what's going on? But since... Like, our hand didn't really do anything, you know? Like it was just too slow to get going. If we find the bounce land, we win. Steerings also works. Unlucky. 29 lands in the deck. We can't find the second one. Alright. Sideboarding. And that's it. We don't want Ghost Quarter. We don't want Ballista. We can take out Relic. I want Trinket Mage. I think I want both. Maybe I just want one Explosives. Yeah, the best part is like my opponent is probably not even. They are not even aware of how close to dying they were. I don't want to side out Pacts, but I want to side out Cavern. Maybe one Scout? Seems better than Grazer. I guess no, I think it's better than Grazer. And maybe -1 Trinket. No, I don't want the Trinket Mages. This is the card that's messing everything up for me right now. This is the card that I'm not used to having in my sideboard. This is the one that's making sideboarding weird. I think I'm gonna take out one Steerings and call it a day. I mean, it's a one-off probably, two-off at most. So I'm not like, I think that's fine. I guess I keep this. It's a weird hand that we have some very solid interaction. We can make some chump blockers. We can exile Hogaak if we want to. So best draw here would be Bojuki Bog maybe. Okay, so we try the Steerings into Bog or... Yikes! We have no tap land. How unlucky can a person be, huh? How unlucky can a person be? So they're probably getting back the Vine here. Yeah, they are. But even if they do, it's probably just... I guess they can Gack too. But we just pass the Gack. And then just chomp the Vengevine a bunch, thanks to the Colony Garden. Huh, interesting. Okay, so here comes the Gack. Again, we can path it. I'm gonna jump here because this plant is probably not doing any better than this. So that's a blank draw step. What happened to Golos? It was not good enough. That's basically what happened to poor Golos. Honestly, I'm not that surprised by that fact. I kind of expected it, honestly. Just got back from the store to pick one up for Vegas. Yeah. I'm not gonna be registering Golos for Vegas. Vegas. And that game one was so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If my opponent's answer to this is Assassin's Trophy, I think we're gonna be fine. Mostly. If their answer is something else, that's actually pretty brutal for us. Yeah, there goes our Titan. Unlucky. Yeah, the draw steps have not been cooperating at all. My draw steps have been miserable. Both games, honestly. The draw steps have not worked out. Kind of sucks. Well, now that I think about it, and I realize that they have Carrion Feeder plus Gravecrawler, I think that even if they had like Assassin's Trophy, we would be in a very bad spot anyway. So, just pointing that out. Woo! All right, Cage doing work. Cage doing some serious work here. Golos would be good here, I guess. I guess he would be. 4, 5, 6. I mean, next turn we can trade with something, so that's something, I guess. Scouterino. I wish I could draw good cards. Drawing good cards would be great here. That Dark Glass is actually kind of annoying there. I mean, if they Dark Glass, that means that they don't. Okay, good to know that they have 2 Dark Glass. Yeah, now for game 3, I'm definitely going to side out Scouts. Just Grazer blocks better. Oh. Interesting attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block here. And then I'm going to block here. Then I activate here. Then my opponent can either kill the Azusa or trade the Vengevine. I mean, if I draw a Titan, I win here. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, if I draw a Titan, I just win. So that would be nice. Take 3 down to 4. Draw a prime time. Can I draw a Primeval Titan? Bingo. Okay, Grafdigger Cage won this game. Grafdigger's Cage was the one to win this game. Boom. Felix with that tier 1 subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, my man. Thank you so much for the support. So here I think we're gonna get Bog plus Crossroads. Actually, I'm gonna get Bog plus Simic. It sets up Trinket Mage for next turn, and it prevents me from dying to an answer to the. It prevents me from dying to an answer on the Grafdigger's Cage. It allows me to replay Colony Garden, get 3 zombies, plus yep, looking good now. That was the last turn to draw a prime time, but we got there. Yep, sweet. Grafdigger's Cage. Now, can you guys imagine? I want you to stop for a second and imagine that I was playing Ley Lines of the Void instead of Grafdigger's Cage in my deck. How would that game turned out if I had been playing Ley Lines instead of Cage? Just think about that. think about that and why I insist that playing ley lines is a mistake in Amulet. I mean, 3M, but your packed draw made me so excited, so happy. Oh, nice. Thank you, 7. Do you reckon it's silly to swap a forest for a misty rainforest? Upside with Fields of the Dead, as before field is active, it can get either snow covered or regular forest, and after it gives an additional zombie. We are not in the business of sacrificing our lands and paying life to do so. It's just not a good exchange. And like like we want to, if you are facing Blood Moon, you want to draw an actual forest. You don't want to be drawing the Misty. So nice to see you. Mendek Field has been so good this last weekend for me. Yep, I'm playing it as the 29th land though. I'm not playing it as replacing anything else. Like Field and deck, do you play it in the main already? Yes, I'm playing it as the 29th land, as I was saying. I don't think that you can replace one of our current 28 lands, but I think it's perfectly fine. I mean, I think it's actively good as the 29th land. Yeah, I'm sneaking this, but I'm not playing both. I'm just only gonna be playing one, and I won't play the second one until my opponent answers the first, because that allows me to play Iron Force Vigor. Certainly interested in playing around Force of Vigor. Man, it would have been nice to have drawn something good so far. Do I play around Force, or do I play around Nature's Flame? I think I'm gonna play around Force. They probably play more Forces than Nature's Flames. Shenanigans. I guess so. Yeah, we're there now. It's kind of crazy how like they not only printed the broken card, but they also printed like a bunch of artifact hate cards that play really well into the broken deck. It's pretty silly. It really is. That card does, yeah, okay, yeah. This card does make Leyline look good for sure. If we had drawn a path, we actually are still very much ahead. But yeah, it's not how this league has been working out so far. They dredge Shenanigans? Why? Just because they want to mill one? I mean, we have one more turn to draw a path to exile. Or I guess Celestial Purge also does it. Path would be better though. Yeah, so I mean, so far I drew like 3 lands in my 3 draw steps, so any kind of business in any of these turns would have been great. Any kind of business in any of these turns would have definitely helped me a little bit, but we just got nothing. Even path doesn't get us to prime time. No, but it stops the aggression for now, right? Like it gives me 1 more draw step to draw something good, and I can pact for Azusa this turn. And something? Okay, so now we actually, yeah, okay. So basically we didn't have 4 draw steps. We didn't have 4 draw steps and my opponent drew the perfect answer. It happens. Yeah, I think that was a perfectly fine keep, right? Like we have a bunch of interaction, and then yeah, I know it's just really hard, right? Because like, what do you play around there? I could have played around shenanigans, trophy, or claim or something like that. But if my opponent has force of vigor and I play the second cage out, I literally just lose the game on the spot. So like the fact that they have like all these different ways of pressuring you, it's just so annoying because you can't, like, if you guessed wrong, you lost the game. When's the soonest this S can win without Amulet? Probably like turn 4 or yeah, turn 4. Turn 5 probably. You can set up like an unsurmountable board state by turn 4, but you actually win on turn 5. If this hand were the other way around, like if I had an Azusa and I had a Pact, instead of having a Titan and a Pact, I would keep this hand because we have Kalni to help gain time, and then we can turn 3 Azusa into turn 4 Titan. But since it's the other way around, I think this is a mulligan. I think this is a reluctant, very unhappy keep. Shenanigans makes us lose easy to find, just mill and dredge, and Shenanigans also straight Amulet, please bang Hogaak. Yeah, I mean Shenanigans it's a one-off in their deck though. So I don't think it's that worth it to play around it. Like I'd rather play around a 3 or 4 off, which is Force of Vigor. Right? Because my opponent just like, they didn't even mill themselves. So I guess I want a Gemstone and play Amulet on 2. This makes an Azusa off the top significantly better. Keep him talking about philosophic meta along with Hogaak. Do you think that's reasonable? I mean, I think it's reasonable. I don't think it's particularly necessary. But I do think that it's certainly reasonable to ban Faithless Looting as well. We could get a redundant Amulet, but I think that getting Tulare West here is better. Because it sets up our Titan. And I think that we have to reset Gemstone here. Which kind of sucks, honestly, because now we can transmit on 3, but Celebi. Ban Hogaak looting Simeon. Yeah, that's actually quite reasonable. I don't think it's crazy, it's just kind of unnecessary. If they have a looting, they can probably gag me here. With Gorge and Stomping Ground, I suspect that my opponent is actually not on Hogaak, but on Dredge. Dredge with Hogaak, that is. Just good Amulet and MTGO. Jazz, that's awesome. That is definitely gonna help your playing significantly. Trust me on that one. Hardcast Golgari Thug. I can Pact for Azusa here? There's no way that I can set up a transmute for this turn, and there's no way that I can set up a transmute for next. I mean, I can set up transmute for next turn, I guess. It might be too late though. Yeah, Simeon Spirit Guide is pretty busted, but what enables a turn 1 kill, I guess it's Griselbrand, not the Simeon. Simeon is just fine. You would have taken the Amulet, but then, like, I mean, we didn't know that we had this, right? Like, if I had known that I'm gonna draw a Summoner's Pact, I would have taken the Amulet too. But that's, I mean, I'm trying to set up a way to kill on turn 4. I already have one Amulet, and I'm missing one of my pieces, which is a Titan. By getting this, I am setting up to Titan on with Amulet in play on turn 5. What I'm considering now is whether that is too slow. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, Filsty, but that is just like results oriented thinking. That doesn't help me. I still think the correct play is to get it to Lyria West. Turn 4 Transmute seems way too slow, to be honest. Yes, but like, what's the alternative? Just like get another Amulet, and just if we don't draw a Titan, we just don't win at all. So it's, I mean, it's kind of what it is, right? I think I'm gonna pact for Azusa. If I do this, if I draw a Titan, I win. Is there a way that I can... So I play my land. Next turn I play Azusa and Transmute. Okay, so I guess the correct play is to play my land and pass the turn. Next turn I can Azusa and Transmute. In the same turn. So that seems definitely the way to go. They Dredge Stinky. There's the Ghast. Probably gonna flashback looting here. Yeah. I guess there's meaning for Bog. Not gonna be fast enough. If we draw an Azusa or a Titan, we can win. So they have a Loam in hand. Yeah, I think that if we drew either Azusa or Primeval Titan, I think that we win this game. Because my opponent's dredges were not insane. I guess second Amulet also does it. Explosives. I can explosives on 2. That would stop my opponent's attacks a little bit, but I'm still taking 11. Still taking 11, and we are also not gonna Titan next turn, because in order to explosives I will need to play the Sanctuary, which means I'm gonna be out of bounce land, so would be nice to find a block here. So 3, so 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So my opponent has exactly lethal, so I guess I need to pick this. Second Amulet would have done it, right? 1, 2, 3, Azusa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it wouldn't have. Second Amulet also doesn't do it. Okay. The awkward part is we also cannot set up lethal here, so I think we're just dead. I think we're just dead. Dredge Imp. Yeah, we were one turn too slow here. One turn too slow. If 826 Wizard does not ban Hogaak, I will use 2 copies of Virtual Bog. I don't think that's gonna get you anywhere. I don't think the second copy of Bog. I mean, I think the second copy of Bog is worse than a split of 1 Bog, 1 Tormod Script. Gonna put Narcomoeba on top probably. Yep. We won't bounce down. Yeah, we won't bounce down, but that doesn't even do it. Because we're gonna have only 2/6 lands at most, so we can't Field of the Dead in order to block. So I think that we don't have any outs. I'm just instilling the fear in my opponent and hopefully getting some info. Like, for example, I'm still not sure whether my opponent is playing Crip and Chill or not. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know. So the way to do it is just let them dredge some more, give me more info. Conflag, great. Okay, so there, at least I need to play around Conflag. Alright, sideboarding. This one is actually kind of weird because I think we might want some number of paths / Celestial Purge. Not having negates in this matchup it's kind of annoying. This is one of the matchups where negate / spell pierce are actually quite good. Yeah, I'm just gonna hedge with 2 Paths to Exile. Because I've seen Hogaak out of their deck, so I want to make sure I have answers to the Gack. Not a great start. Not a great start. Still, I kind of like this list. I think it's pretty sweet. How long am I streaming? Probably a couple of weeks, like I usually do. All right, Mulligan. Keep. I think I bottom the path. I think I bottom the path. Playing around discard spells. First time to know your profile photo because always watch your video on YouTube. With hair you look so handsome. Thank you, Seven. I appreciate it. Yeah, I used to have hair at one point and then I stopped. Then I stopped having it. Rough. Of course, not playing out the bog, because what is the point? And next turn I can steal Azusa. And this way it also saves me a Gemstone Mine counter, which is nice. I think this turn we're gonna have a very strong one. Harry's overrated anyway. Yeah, I guess so. At one point I cared. At one point I cared that I was losing my hair, and then I just stopped caring. It just doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Alright. Got 2 Bloodghasts. That's not horrendous, I guess. Do I bog this? I guess I do, right? I just need to stop my opponent from getting ahead. So I can Pact for Titan. I can Transmute for Titan this turn. Cast Titan next turn. Yeah, my opponent's digging for an answer. Chad Hitman looks is the way to go. I have no idea who Chad Hitman is. We have a nice chef for no hair. Thank you, Rich, and I appreciate your backhanded compliment. Transmute. Summoner's Pact. And I think we just bounce the bog here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just hold it in hand. Swing with Azusa, value. Get my 1 point of damage in. Unless my opponent has a Thoughtseize here. Brutality is not gonna do it. Reunion is definitely not gonna do it. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. We might be able to play around. They played a tap land? Yeah, they played Copperline Gorge. Okay, so this should be game here. Play Primetime. And I think I'm just gonna get Simic T-West. It's worse if I want to get Field of the Dead, but it just doesn't matter. Like, we're so far ahead. That Field of the Dead, it's like I'm just trying to play around a trophy on my Primeval Titan. I think that's the way that I lose. If I just fail to draw another threat. Yeah, they just concede. All the hate. Grafdigger's Cage doing a work. I think I just submit the same. Just go with glass half full approach. I mean, isn't that the best approach though? Why would you ever want to see the glass half empty? What good are you doing to yourself? Looking at the glass half full is definitely the way to go. Bar none. I have a head of puffiness. I take no hair any day. Fair enough. Honestly, it's kind of nice now that I don't really have another option. It actually made me start cutting my hair very short, and it's so comfortable. Like, right, I mean, I live in Los Angeles, right? The weather here can be rough sometimes, and not having to deal with hair, it's very kind of fresh, so you don't like sweat all the time. And it's also like you just wake up in the morning and you just have no bad hair days. Bad hair days don't exist for you because you don't have hair. So you're just winning right there, you know what I'm saying? It's just great EV, Oof. This one is super close. This one is super close. Oh, cool, 7. How do we... I think I'm gonna keep this. We have like a way to stall, and we have turn to cage. Unless my opponent has a nut draw. They move to 6. I think this is a snap keep on the play, and it's very close on the draw. I am keeping, but I might get very punished by this keep. I may get super punished by this keep. In before my opponent dredges shenanigans. Or you can be like me, you know, you can be like a professional and just draw draw the best card, you know what I'm saying? So we wait till draw step, we see what they dredge. Probably gonna dredge the imp. Also Bojuki Bog would have been a nice draw, but Thermal Script is better because it gives me more info. Opponent does not dredge. Okay. If all they're getting back is a Bloodghast, I don't think I care. That's not enough for me to want to crack the Thermal Script there. Shenanigans, my Tomo Script. Well, I guess now I do. And I guess I don't play out the cage. Yeah, okay, that was like worst case scenario. One off. Like, this is a freaking one off. My opponent didn't even dredge into it. They just naturally drew the one of both games. Like the game against Hogaak and this one now. So I can force my opponent to dredge the shenanigans, but I think they're probably going to do that anyway. However, what this does is it forces my opponent to dredge and cast this, so they are probably not going to be like getting ahead of me with a cathartic reunion or cathartic reunion or something. How do we feel about this? Do we play it? Are we holding here? I can definitely see holding, honestly. I think we definitely play out the Simic though, because we need to get a green source in play. And they have shenanigans. Shenanigans also being a sorcery works to our favor. Loam for nothing. Yeah, I think we just backed for Azusa here. We Simic Growth, bounce, replay, and now we bounce Sanctuary again, right? Like we pay here. Yeah, we can transmute next turn, so I think I'd rather have access to white mana in case I need to pass something. So here they get back the Loam. It's a solid one. Get double Amalgam. No, we can't cage that turn because we have to Asusa. Like we have to get ahead. Like right now we are kind of like in a stalling kind of situation, and we need to get ahead. And Asusa is the way that we get ahead. So I 100% think that we're not supposed to cage this turn. Now I can cage this turn now. That's for sure. So they got back a Gorge, which they're probably gonna play. Yeah. Okay. So they still have Loam Shenanigans in hand. Pay for Pact, of course. The classic, just a little bit too late Asusa. This, and this, and at this point, I think we just win. So basically, Cage here, all it does really is it just taxes my opponent's mana for this turn. But I think I'm actually interested in doing that. So... and I'm not pathing, so I'm also not blocking. So we swing. So now we're basically taxing my opponent's mana because they need to shenanigans if they're gonna get anything going. Alright, and those are with for sure. So opponent will very likely loam these two back and then shenanigans my cage. And at that point I bog them and I basically win. And even if they have Thoughtseize, it doesn't matter. I still have enough mana to transmute on Titan. Yeah, so now we just win. OP is probably gonna shenanigans the cage, which is perfectly fine. We go down to 22. And now we win this game. Here we're gonna do bounce Stronghold. Stronghold semi-growth. And then on the attack trigger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so on the attack trigger we just get Bojuki, Bog, and Field. And this is game. We have another Titan already set up and ready to go. Get Path to Exile to exile my opponent's stuff. And we're even just winning with the zombie tokens, so it doesn't matter anyway. Opponent says GG's. Love that zombie land. Yeah, the zombie land has been fine. Not that it was needed to win there, like we were going to win anyway, so it didn't really matter. And this is why, that's the difference between like Dredge and Hogaak, right? Like when I play against Dredge, like these cards slow down my opponent considerably, and stuff like Tormod's Crypt and Bojuki Bog actually slow them down a lot. While against Hogaak, they can very, very quickly just get going again. This hand is not good enough. We're gonna multi-5. This hand's pretty good actually. So we're gonna bottom this, and we're gonna bottom the basic forest. Turn 1 scout. This is actually quite a nice 5. The London Mulligan has been so good to Amulet, honestly. Yep. Speaking of the London Mulligan, nice to Amulet. We're going to activate here first. Not playing around Spell Pierce. My opponent's probably like either on Storm or Blue Red Phoenix. Dredge, good balanced modern deck. Hogaak is a good legacy deck. Yeah, that's a fair distinction for sure. Assuming Hogaak gets banned, what version of Lambo would you want to be playing? I'm leaning towards Karn because of how good it is versus Ulsa and Gen. So I am leaning towards Karn, but mostly because I really like Karn. So we already have Titan mana. In fact, we would have been able to Titan this turn if I had drawn. If I had been a little bit luckier, you know. So I think I'm just gonna play out the explosives and just wait. If we're playing against Storm, which is possible, then there's no need for me to play the explosives on 2 preemptively, because I might want to play it on 0 to kill Gobos. So if we're playing against Phoenix, then we're also going to be playing on 2, but again, I'd rather just like hold it in hand, and we have more than enough mana to just play it out and crack it in the same turn, so there's no need for me to play the explosives before I have better information. The only defensible thing is to like maybe assume that we're playing against Blue Moon, and that we might want to play the explosives on 3 preemptively in order to play around the Blood Moon, but I don't think I'm going to do that in game 1. Not against my opponent who played Spiral of Canal on turn 1. Usually control decks with Blood Moon don't play Canal, but they play other stuff. Now that is... Oh, okay, gotcha. So we're playing against this deck. So then I guess that explosives is not very good, huh? Eve said, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we're playing against Twiddle Storm. I mean, I don't think we can win this matchup. Yeah, so explosive doesn't do anything, actually. Twiddle uses the 4 mana walker. What, Tamiyo? Oh no, Rao. Rao Sarek, I guess. I think that's literally the only thing that I can kill, right? I think that is literally the only thing that I can kill. So that definitely seems reasonable to me. The other alternative was to double strike the Trinket Mage. I don't think that... I mean, if we don't do the Titan next turn, we are not going to win this game anyway, so... It doesn't seem worth it to... And if we draw a Titan, we win this game anyway, so... It doesn't really feel necessary to do this. This land having Hexproof is a big deal. Psychic Puppetry. I love how this card like spiked grossly in paper. I think it's like a $10 card now or something. It used to be a bulk rare, a bulk common. Okay, so they found Reach Through Mists. I think they do. So Reach Through Mists with Puppetry spliced. It's kind of hilarious how these might actually be a better version of Storm because you don't need mana dorks. So it's like it's significantly better against this kind of card. Significantly better against removal. Also, your engine card has hexproof, which is a really big deal. Okay. Yeah, this is basically Ancestral Vision, which is insane. If you splice Psychic Puppetry to Ideas Unbound, you just draw 3 for 0 mana. That's so insane. Okay, I just know that they have this card. I'm just gonna be clicking on the X button every time that they splice it. There we go again. Splice it again. 12 cards in hand. That's funny. Played Love Training Popper a while back. Resolving Ideas Unbound feels great, and the turn definitely does not. Well, but you're usually not ending the turn, right? Like you're just winning that turn more often than not. That's the point of the card. That's why not every deck plays this card, right? Otherwise, every deck in Modern would play this card, but that's not the case because you need like some very specific deck building restrictions. In fact, that actually happened the other day. I played against Twiddle Storm like the other day, and the first time I just like my opponent was going off and they just whiffed. They just whiffed, and I just like they just went to discard. They just discarded the entire hand because they had resolved 3 of these, I think, or something. This matchup looked too bad. I can't imagine what cards I were in against that. I mean, you can just negate, but we are not playing negate because this is a list that is not running negate. We're cutting on the Past in Flames. I think if I had drawn a Titan on the previous turn, we would have had a real chance this game. Because we would have been able to hold up instant speed scout activation for Bojuga Bog. So I think we definitely would have had a shot. Like, we definitely take a lot of my opponent's outs. We definitely take a lot of their outs when we do that. Like, Past in Flames is no longer a kill, it's just a dead draw. So I guess we're bringing in all of our... Grave Hate. Opponent just keeps on going on. How did they whiff twice with Peer Through Depths? This is the second time they resolve a Peer Through Depths and they get nothing. I guess they just don't want to show me the deck. Come on, Fizzle. They didn't. Alright. Okay, so Pact. Explosives out. Actually, not in, but out. Cage, Crypt. Oh no, they can't have Blood Moon actually. Oh, but they might have the other moon. What's his name? What's the other moon? Alpine Moon. They might actually play that card. So I'm bringing in just the one of Rexage to... Oh, they have Aria? I guess that's a good reason to bring in the other card too. Keep this. So this hand has a bunch of interaction and it has a potential to a turn 3 Titan, which is nice. However, we need to draw said Titan. I guess that we don't play anything. Tolari West mirror match. Okay, so that's basically like not drawing a card. So I just skipped my draw step, unfortunately. I guess I don't want this card either. Man, I have so many bad cards in this list, in this matchup. Definitely want the untapped land in my hand so I can Titan next turn if I draw it. Seems unlikely, but... We have 11 good draws. We have 11 good draws. Merchant Scroll, that's right. That's a modern legal card. I had forgotten about that. So we can transmit for a Titan, or we can transmit for a Pact of Negation. I guess we go for the Blue Pact. And I don't think that's enough to bog. Also, holding the bog in hand after I untap with Scout gives me instant speed interaction even through my opponent's or my cage. I thought their deck ran green for card like Civil Scryan. Because now they just run Tolaria West. Twiddle resolves. Draw 3 and tap land. Peer through depths. So I think I'm gonna pack this one. Because now they're gonna need to discard 3 at end step, which puts us in a good position. They can try to continue going off with like Psychic Puppetry and stuff. But it gets much harder here. I know we have the Passing Flames kill covered. One pact cannot stop Twiddle. I mean, we're trying. We are trying. At least even if they like we stopped some of their we stopped some of their action, and now they have to discard 3. And now we're holding up instant speed Bojuka. So now Amulet, guess we're playing it. Well, now we're in a situation where if we draw a Titan, we're actually in a really good spot. But we need to draw a Titan though. Pretty good for them. Definitely pretty good for them. No, okay. So now they really need to win this turn. And they need to win through Grafdigger's Cage and Bojuka Bog at instant speed. So we might have a shot here, actually. It's possible that they don't need the Past in Flames, but... Oh, you can entwine this. Interesting. Dream's Grip. So this is basically like Twiddle with upside, huh? It's just that Twiddle just rolls off the tongue better. So that's why we call it Twiddle Storm instead of Dream's Grip Storm. Because this is definitely the better card. Everhead isn't that good versus Storm, to be honest. I mean, it's very good against the other Storm. It's maybe not as good against this Storm. A Braid. Yeah. Okay. Serum Vision's also okay. Restore balance services the metagame deck choice. Don't even say that. Let's see if this is enough. My opponent resolved one idea Sunbound this turn, so actually they resolved two. So if this Past in Flame doesn't get them there, then they die. Past in Flame resolves. Bojuki Bog too strong. I thought they would puppetry, yeah, with the Past in Flames in the stack. Got him. Discard 6. We were not drawing a Titan for a while, but still. Alright, got there. Game 3. Do I want to force? I didn't see Arya. They probably do have the Arya though. It does seem better than Coalition Relic in any case. It's probably even better than Arboreal Gracer now that I think about it. Like, Relic is better than Gracer, that's what I mean. Speaking of Gracer being terrible, yeah, I can't keep this. This one I can. Ship this. Yeah, Lotus Veil has hexproof. Yeah, otherwise it would be... Your face so sexy. Thank you, 7. That's the funniest compliment anybody has ever given me. I really appreciate that. Is this the one to go? I think this is the one to go. Like, if that had been a Coalition Relic, I would have kept that and bought on the Searings, but... Okay, slot a hand. Opponent gets going. I guess I should play the Amulet there. Ugh. Do I get the Amulet anyway? I think I do get the Amulet anyway. So this turn I get to Tormod's Crypt, double Amulet. How often does Twiddle Storm win on 2? I imagine it's definitely bound to happen, right? On turn 3, sorry. Did I say 2? If I said 2, then I meant 3. If I said 3, then that's what I meant. Careful not to get your crypt tapped. Yeah, I guess that would be a next level play right there. I think I use this turn to double Amulet. And if I find a bounce land or an Azusa, I can do some stuff on some things. They don't have the Lotus here. They don't have the Lotus here, so... Two isn't impossible? How is 2 possible? Like, they don't get to play the Lotus Veil. Steerings for bounce land? Yikes. Oh, isn't possible. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get Simic Growth Chamber. Play it. Bounce it. Play Scout. Play Trinket Mage. Yes. Grafdigger's Cage. Cast the Cage. Okay, we have 2 layers of interaction. My opponent needs to answer both the Cage and the Tormod's Crypt. I guess one of them is much easier to answer than the other one. And if they don't kill my Scout, I get to win here. So it seems that I got there. Seems like I get there. I guess it's free to steering, so I might as well. Transmute. Summoner's Pact. Pact for Primeval Titan. Activate. Done. Bounce. Prime time. Yes. Bodos. Stronghold. It's also really awkward when playing against this deck that they can, like, after you haze your Titan, they can tap it. Sun Home Vesuba. Suba this. Doesn't matter. Got there. No bad matchups indeed. We got an emote. We got an emote for that. We got an emote for no bad matchups. I will be right back, everyone. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Little break. Alright, we're back. And we load quickly. Sweet. Alright. Match number 4. I think I'm gonna keep this. It's a little bit awkward considering that I only bounced on this Border's Garrison. But I think it's going to be fine. By the way, I personally know Scott Bass and saw you did a review of his SG Columbus list on that spicy dragon in the sideboard was incorrect according to him. I'll see him today Tuesday night modern and I'll ask which dragon is actually. Oh yeah, it was Ojutai. Yeah, I think that was it was very bad, but it was still a fun list. Like I had fun when I streamed it. It was so bad. Scapeshift with Ren and 6. Wow. I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Because they're like never ever missing a land drop ever in the history of ever. If they don't draw a fetch land though, like how many fetch lands do they play? Like 7? Because they need to play actual mountains because of Scapeshift / primetime, so. Ooh, Blade of Snow covered and regular mountain. Classic. So now I must go to bed. Maybe your first will You got it, 7. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate you being here. And yes, you can definitely check it out on the YouTube tomorrow. It would probably just be out by tomorrow. Hero Zero, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Okay, you got me. And barrier, yeah, barrier. Thank you for the follow too. I appreciate it. Not having Pact of Negation really hurts this matchup. Like it makes it a lot worse. It's kind of funny that they cannot crack the relic this turn because that would mean that they would exile their own Heath. That is just hilarious. Naming human because of Trinket Mage. Right? If we draw it, we want to be able to cast it. Well, I guess Ghost Quarter doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, never mind. Guarantee that Fist of the Dead? Maybe. I don't think so. I see more people right now in Cyber, including the person that took top 8 in the SCG. Okay, they just did it. Sounds good. I guess they have another fetch in hand. Do you think you'll lean that way? No, I don't think so. In fact, I think it's a mistake to go towards, like, I mean, Hogaak is literally the most played deck in the format. Like, why would you not want Path to Exile? Seems very, very wrong. This I am very much okay with. Very, very much okay with this. Well, we can't really do much here, so I guess we're gonna do Crossroads and we're gonna set up next Titan. So next turn I can swing for 8-14. It's not lethal. Can I set up lethal in any way? Yes, if I draw exactly if I draw exactly Amulet, I can set up lethal, but that's about it. So Besuva's in my hand, which sucks. Don't have blue pact. Okay. Doing this. Please don't have a Titan. I mean, they didn't have lethal last turn, so I have no reason to believe that they will have it this turn. Correct card was rather low drum. Okay, yeah, that makes way more sense. Time Traveler. Nates, I guess. That makes way more sense. I still don't think it's correct. So 1, 3. So this is 6. I kind of feel like I want to. Well, so I cannot set up lethal, right? So since I cannot set up lethal, then it's better for me to just like play this Titan and swing for 6 at the Ren. And I can gain 2 more life. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we naturally drew the Vesuva. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think I want to hold up the Ghost Squatter. Field of the Dead plus bounce land. Gonna bounce Crossroads and we're gonna replay Crossroads. Gain 2 more. I guess I don't get to clean the Ren if I do this, but I think... Do I clean the Ren or do I... I think I clean the Ren. Because I will have very lethal next turn. Like, it doesn't matter what my opponent does. I will have access to very, very much lethal, so... Because of all the zombies and the fact that I have yet another Titan coming up next turn. Alright, do you have landscape shift? Because that's the only way. Ghost Quarter might be important. Alright, cool. My opponent was on the Ren plan when they should have been on a different plan, clearly. I guess that Ren and 6 makes me want to have Engineered Explosives in my deck and makes me want to side out Cavern. I guess Cavern instead of the other explosives. I don't think I want any of the other cards though. I think this should be it. Normally I would side out Bojuki Bog instead of Cavern of Souls, but since my opponent showed me Ren, I guess Bojuki Bog has more value. It's pretty funny that my opponent lost that game because they cracked the Relic in a point where they should not have. Keeperoni. So I think I'm going to Gemstone Mine and Gracer here. And the reason for that is I'm playing around turn 2 Damping Sphere. My opponent plays to damp, like the worst case scenario for me right here would be for my opponent to play turn 2 Damping Sphere. Cut Colony instead of Cavern. The Colony is a green source. I guess Colony is also a green source, so. And I need to play the Amulet here if I want to Azusa next turn. If I want to Titan next turn, because I need to Pact for Titan. So now my opponent has their own Rex Age. I'm in a lot of trouble. Dismember? Oh no, they shocked. I'm dumb. Alright. Gemstone. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess I transmute for Blue Pact and hope for the best. Definitely needing some help here. But I have to start setting up for future turns. Alternatively, I could have transmuted for Simic Growth, but it's more likely for me to draw a Steerings or an actual Simic Growth or any other bounce land than the one of Pact of Negation. So that's primetime mana. Please don't have a primetime. They do have a primetime. So I can't win anymore now. Next game. Nah. I hate this matchup on Hello Francisco. Hello Scraper. I think this matchup is just fine. It's not really that big of a deal. I think it's a positive matchup for Amulet for sure. It's just the version that we are playing right now, it's not very good against it. Because we don't have negates. And negates is a big deal in this matchup. Unsurprisingly. Turn 1 Lightning Bolt. Must be nice. Okay, since we drew this, we're gonna try to like tap my opponent out, I guess. So they like spend mana on a Braid here. No, I don't think so. I think that we like my opponent, especially because I know that my opponent has Ren and Ticks. So since they have Ren, then actually this is kind of nice. So I can Azusa here if I want to. Azusa into Gemstone Mine. I think it's correct. And now any tapped land gives me Titan mana. And it more importantly gives me Titan mana through a Damping Sphere. So yeah, so Hi Scott, I wanted to try to like the way that we set up a turn 2 Titan, turn 3 Titan is by going turn 1 Scout, turn 2 make 2 land drops, you see, and we get to play around Ren and 6 because we get our Sakura Tribe Scout value before Ren and 6 can come down. So I do think that it was very much correct to lead on Scout. Like my opponent has probably a couple of Lightning Bolts. They probably don't have that many. All right, sweet. All right, so we get to win. To be fair, at this point, most of our deck are good draws, so. Boros Garrison, Slayer's Stronghold. Activate there. Activate there. I guess we can just like play this and double strike right now. Maybe my opponent will concede. Looks like no. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Titan Shift down. I still think the Titanship matchup is good for Force of Despair. um, I've seen a few lists running Car and the Great Creator and another running Golos. Both seem very interesting to me, but I'm not very experienced with the deck, so wasn't sure how to value different versions. Was hoping I could get some feedback. Yeah, so Hero, I made a almost 3-hour video covering most versions of Amulet. So if you want to know about Karn, that is the version to go. The list with Golos, I don't have as much experience with. I tested it yesterday and last week, and it was just fine. But if you want to get like real in-depth information about the Karn versions, as well as all the other versions like Hive Mind, Trinket Mage, all the other ones, you can just type Demystifying Amulet Titan Part 2 in YouTube, and you're gonna get access to that video. The Lucky tournament today, won against Burn and Eldrazi Tron and faced the Druid, and he had yeah, that sounds about right, Cloud Scrapers. Golos seems just terrible. It was like we played 2 leagues yesterday and we got to cast it 0 times. This is a mulligan, by the way. This is a bad keep, and I think I bought they kept 7. Oh, it's just my computer's lagging. Cool. I think I bought on the S's. Hey, who fetched the stream? I'm watching. What? Okay. Thank you. Well, my point is, it's a fan of the stream. That's very cool. Usually this card does some work in this matchup, but it's hard to get it going without resolving the Titan first. So we're gonna see if it comes up. Scout is pretty nice in the matchup though. Definitely starting there. We want to get our. Oh, it says that my opponent says that they're a sub. But yeah. How are you feeling the 29 lands? I have been loving it. I've been loving it. Even with 29 lands, I'm still like missing land drops sometimes. So it's life is hard with this deck sometimes, you know. Gotta hit them land drops. Gotta hit them land drops. That's not bad actually. If we get there, that's gonna be cool. I guess I play this. all the ATB tapped lands. But yeah, we can like Ballista down the Thalia. Probably not the Noble Hierarchs, since my opponent has a ton of mana, so. Yeah, I was gonna say like what is my opponent casting? Yeah, so they wanna, yeah, okay, so they have Reflector Mage. Okay, with them having Reflector Mage, I think I'm going to Ballista this coming turn so I can kill the Thalia. Get a nice little Champerino here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play out the Ballista for 1 and then bounce the Calmy Garden. Do I want to kill this so I don't get blown out by Lieutenant? Or do I want to basically concede to Lieutenant? Yeah, I think I don't want to get blown out by Lieutenant. Of course, this means I'm going to be taking 3, but that's fine. Yeah, no one top G's has been a problem this game. The only course of action is giving the 35 live version to go. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that for sure. It definitely looked interesting. Not sure if I am brave enough. Ah, you see? Rewarded. Okay, so here. Terrible draw. I guess we lead on steerings first because bingo. Yeah, I think we just play this out. Play this out on 2 preemptively. They didn't cycle canopy end of turn. That can't be right. So next turn I can play Colony, play Scout, crack explosives. I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at least this turn. Potentially more. Alright, looks like I'm taking exactly 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4, 5. Please Vial go up to 3. Please Vial go up to 3. Please Vial go up to 3. Please go. Yes. All right, sweet. So now we don't need to play around Melee Mage anymore. Redundant Mage is kind of a beating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we just have to take this. Well, can we afford to take this? I actually don't think we can afford to take this. Yeah, so if my opponent has Meddling Mage or another freebooter. Because, okay, what happens if I take this? So I go down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I go down to 4. I get Titan. And then the Titan, I can't get zombies. Because I'm going to be short 1 land drop. So I can get like Vesuva Crossroads. And then, yeah, I just cannot take the damage. Yeah, I don't have enough to stabilize, unfortunately. So I just need to hope that my opponent does not have a melee mage. That one is actually quite annoying too. Damn it. Oof. I can explosives on 1 and crack. That doesn't do enough. I think I want to Amulet. Then I block here, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. No meddling mage. I guess Phantasmal Image kills me too. Should definitely attack with the Noble Hark. That's like a 3 point of damage there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please don't have it. Please don't have it. Don't tap for blue. God damn it. Oh, that guy's fine. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I can't play around Reflector. Oh, they don't have Reflector Mage because they would have killed me. So we should be fine, I think. Garrison, Stronghold, get some Sumbos. And now we get Vesuva, copying Field. And Crossroads. I definitely want Crossroads for sure, because this means that I don't have to Mantis Rider. Because currently at 4, I'm dying to a top deck Mantis Rider. So here I can Vesuva the Field to get 2 more zombies, or I can Kalni. Let's say that worst case scenario, my opponent top decks the guy, the Deputy of Detention, and they get my zombies. If I have a Kalni token, I die anyway. So I guess at that point, if I cannot play around Deputy, then I'd rather get more zombies. We can pay for Pact. Swinging for 8. We're setting up lethal for next turn, so my opponent needs to block. So Deputy of Detention or bust. Because I know they don't have a Phantasmal Image, because I would have been dead that last turn. No Deputy. That one doesn't do it. Don't tap that vial. Don't do it. Got him. Alright, definitely want this. Definitely want this. Definitely want this. Definitely want this. we had to dodge a couple over there, but we did. I wanna point out how instrumental that Trinket Mage was. It chomp blocked the thing, the Reflector Mage to keep me alive, and it gave me the Amulet so I could use the prime time to stabilize by attacking and getting a ton of zombies, thanks to the Field of the Dead. So both Field of the Dead and Trinket Mage were very, very instrumental in me winning that game. If you get cover a colony, you do not die to Deputy. So I block both Reflector Mages. Well, I would have died to like Lieutenant plus Deputy, right? I guess. So maybe getting Kalni was better. Yeah, no, actually it was better to get Kalni because it gives you the green mana to cast the Tribe Scout, which is, you know, another chump blocker. So I think I actually made a mistake there, and I should have gotten the Scout instead. All right, one Steering's gonna come out, and maybe one Grazer. I guess I keep this. We're gonna turn one amulet. That was a multi 6 too. That's nice. That is just nice. This hand has a lot of ways that it can become very good. That's not one of them. Yes, Aaron, I'm starting to believe that even though I still believe that you cannot cut any of our other lands for a field, I'm pretty close to being sold on the fact that it might just be awesome as the 29th land. Mono 1-drops dot hand. Opponent's basically playing Affinity, right? They tapped all of their mana on turn 2. That's really funny. Mantis Rider. God damn it. Well, I guess we kill that one. If I draw a bounce land, I think I can do a lot of damage. Because I can bounce land Azusa Trinket Mage. Oh no, I'm gonna be 1 mana short, never mind. Ugh. Copying the gemstone there because even though it sucks to Vesua gemstone mine, it at least helps me in that I can. It helps me in that I can get Octig. Brutal. All right, so I guess. So we're definitely passing the Teague. We need to draw a land here. If we draw any land of the 22 that we have remaining in our deck, then we can still find a bounce land. Bounce land? No! No! Why? Ugh. We have to play it out, unfortunately. Alright, so we died to a bunch of things here. But if we survive, we get to start over. Yeah, Tige stops explosives. That's why they brought it in, which I think is very smart because this is our best card in the matchup. So exactly 1 mana short of cracking these explosives and basically securing the almost win. Now I'm gonna have to take 4, go down to 5. Prime time? We might be okay here. We still need to draw something. Still gotta draw a Primeval Titan. Oops, 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 oops. I should have cracked main phase. This also costs me my amulet though. Of course it costs my opponent way more stuff, so it's definitely worth doing, but still. Alright, give it to me. Ooh, that's a good top deck for my opponent. But we have a lot of good draws here. Pact would be nice. Prime time? Pact, okay. So we can pact for Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it has to be Hornet Queen. Yeah, I think it has to be Hornet Queen. I'm trying to think like what because I don't have an amulet anymore, so I'm trying to see what my Titan permutations look like. So I'm not gonna be able to haste. So I can do 1 to pay tally tax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess 6, and that's gonna be my Titan mana. Then I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can get like field plus crossroads. But if I go for field plus crossroads, I die to noble hierarch or a second Mantis Rider. So I think I need to go for, like, I'm dead to Deputy anyway. So I think that Hornet Queen is just a better card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love this deck. Every game is impossible. Yeah, it is. That is really bad for us. That is, but look at that. Like if I had gone for the other line, we would have died to the Phantasmal Image. So at least we get one more. No, we don't get one more turn. Never mind. Yeah, that was the best possible top deck for my opponent. I guess now I survive. I guess now I do survive. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Wow, that's insane. Did we cyber in Baloth? No, I don't think Baloth is very good in the matchup. So we're definitely blocking here and here. And I guess these are like forced blocks. Yeah, these are forced blocks. So I can't Titan. And Explosives doesn't win anyway. Yeah, like that Phantasmal Image off the top was the absolute best thing that my opponent could have hoped for. And then like exactly that into Meddling Mage. Just too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, field doesn't do it. Alright, GG's. GG's. Next game. Nah, I think I like this setup. Tend to die to flyers or to be in locked Baloth hips with neither, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. So the reason for Sage being there, it's because, yeah, this is way too slow. It's because of Damping Sphere, which is otherwise very hard for us to beat. This one I'm going to keep, and I think I'm gonna bottom this Sun home, even though it feels kind of awkward to do since it's the only untapped source that we have. But I think I'm gonna need both of this, because you know it's not impossible for them to answer them. All right, so this means no turn to Reflector Mage, so that part is great at least. And that's not a bad draw at all. Did it cast it very frequently against you from him? It's like one of those cards that it's just very good against us specifically. Oh, give me an untapped land. Oh, give me an untapped land. Please, 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 please. Soon with the plant for value. Justice. Yeah, justice indeed. The beats. Alright. Rexage. Give me that Rexage off the top for the ultimate BM. Rexage. Sousa. Play Scouterino. Reset Gemstone. Almost Rexage, right? Just a different shaman, I guess. Thalia? No, Lieutenant. Different Thalia. This is like, these dudes are fine. Prime time. Can I draw a prime time off the top, please? You just have to ask nicely. You just have to ask nicely, you know. So I guess this is D West, Simic. This is definitely T West Simic. I can still play around Damp Sphere because I have enough green sources to pay for my pact. Oh, it is prime time indeed, you know. Boom. What? Oh, second lieutenant. I mean, I guess that's okay. Probably Boros. T was there for Field of the Dead later. I don't really care about Field yet, and I'd rather make sure that I have double blue. So I just swing here, right? My opponent has no good blocks, and I'm still enabling Field of the Dead right here. Oh, never mind. I'm not. I miscounted. Brutal. So we're gonna do this, then this, and this. Blockers. Field seems really interesting. No, Field is very good against humans. Field is very good against humans. It's very good against against the stupid Eldrazi Tron deck. It's also very good against, well, Hogaak obviously, but mostly as a defensive measure more than an offensive measure. Take 3. Taking 3 seems quite reasonable there. Get a free zombie. Do I want to bounce the T West? I guess I do. So I'm going to find another bounce land here. Yeah, this is better than Grave Titan. Yeah, so what I have found about this card is that it's what it does is it turns titans that might stabilize into titans that do stabilize, if that makes sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can transmit for another titan here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only issue is that I'm not gonna get to path. I think I'm still fine though. Oh, never mind. I am gonna get to path. Because I'm gonna get bounce land, bounce the gemstone mine. Dope. Scout's so good. Scout so freaking good. I guess I should attack with the zombies, right? Just mostly because it's free. So I guess that was a mistake. So we're gonna do Caveira Vesuva. Vesuva copy the field. Yeah, I definitely should have attacked with the zombies. It was basically free damage. It was basically free damage. Now we do bounce land, Teleria, and we bounce gemstone mine. So I just passed up free damage for no reason. Dismember coming up. Warlock with that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you so much for the continued support. Very, very appreciated. Also, thanks everybody for hanging out today in this beautiful Tuesday morning, evening, whatever it is for you. Thank you so much for hanging out here today. Okay, so these are the blocks. So I guess I path here, right? And that should end the game. F6. Oh, the field is Vesubad. Yeah, so whoever said that that turns Primetime into Grave Titan, can Grave Titan really do this? This is basically like Grave Titan on steroids. It's like a very, very, very good Grave Titan. That one's too late. That one is a little bit too late. Sure. So Sadlifa is wondering if they can ask a question. I mean, if they closed. I said sure, but they are not answering, so maybe they just closed it. But I assume that they're gonna find me here. Oh, is it good enough to bring in? I thought along this process time it was. Yes, you should. Yeah, I think that T is actually quite good against Amulet. Only because explosives is so good, right? Like I'm bringing in 3 explosives, and it's like one of my best cards in the matchup. So having access, like the difference between having access to it and not, it's actually quite massive. All right, so the classic 1-2 into 2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1. Good times, good times. I have been quite happy with this list. It just looks very solid. I'm very much into the whole 29 land thing. I thought you weren't high on tracker. I am not. This is definitely the chopping block. Oh yeah, in fact, there's no tracker. There's a piping needle now. Yeah, you got a GX member. It's like jamming Grave Titan into your turn stack. Fair enough. It's like Grave Titan after being unanswered for multiple turns, except it's like we time walk multiple times. Maybe that's like the best way to describe it. A very easy way to describe it, if you know what I mean. What's the reason behind no blue pact main? You should rather have made a collision relic over it. Well, it's the fact that it's a card that gets sided out very often. So yeah, it's just the current metagame is not very good for Pact of Negation, honestly. Like it's just too fast. Trucker is still the stream decker, so I thought you're still running him. Did I not update the stream decker? Maybe I messed it up. I thought I had uploaded the new deck. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. So I just made a mistake here. Let me edit that real quick. So there's no tracker. And we're playing Pithing Needle instead. Boom, updated. Now the list is accurate. I'm a little skeptical of zero counters playing the board. When they are good, they are extremely important, but Hogaak forces us to compromises. Yep, I am also a little bit skeptical about that. Honestly, it has been performing quite well as is. The only thing that I wasn't a really big fan of was the wait a second, the only thing that I wasn't a big fan of was the tracker and the Golos. So both of them kind of are gone now. So why do you not prefer $20 with field rather than 28 with sideboard field? Because with having access to all the ramp that we have, which is now 10 because we have both Gracer and Relic, with all the ramp that we have, especially Gracer, it's good to make sure that we hit all of our land drops. And the only thing that I would maybe want to fit is maybe one more of these or an Explorer, like so another copy of something that helps me ramp. And like just 29 lands have felt very good, and field has been very important in multiple situations already. Gracer has been medium because it is a medium card. It's not an insane card or anything, it's just a medium card. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out today. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that follow button. If you want to help support the stream, you can subscribe. You get access to these 3 sweet emotes as well as the 50-page sideboard guide that I wrote for Amulet. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that right there. If you want to follow me on Discord, you can join the Primetime Stronghold Discord with that first link that you will see there. If you want to check out my previous streams, you can do so in my YouTube channel. I always timestamp them, so you can go straight to whichever matchup you want to see. And finally, if you want to help support the stream in a different way, you can donate to the stream. And with any donation of $12 or more, I will play any list of your choosing through a league. So yeah, thank you so much for everybody for hanging out here today. And we're definitely going to keep this hand. What basic forest should I play that's full if I have to get snow-covered foils? That's actually a very important question that you're asking right now, Aaron. And I think that because of lack of better options, because the correct option for basic forests is this, right? We all know that this is the correct snow-covered basic. It's this one right here. Sorry that the lighting is not very good. There we go. This is the correct basic forest, and that is just objectively speaking, right? This is just a fact. But if you want to play it foil, then you might need to go. Then you might need to go with a different one, and I think that probably the way to go is going to be the Cold Snap ones. And here we're just going to play Tribe Scout on 1. Gear 237 with a Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for the support. Enjoy your emotes, and if you want to have access to the cyber guide, all you need to do is you need to join my Discord channel. and then link your Discord account to your Twitch account. Pretty easy and straightforward. So I guess I want to bounce land here. And the reason for the bounce land here is that now I can play my Amulet. And now I can flash in my bounce. And if I find another Amulet off of these Ancient Stirrings, I can cast it right now. You see? This deck is so easy. Easy deck. Easy deck. From DFC to match the new full art. Yeah, if you want them to be matching, then that's a different thing. Say what? Opponent? What you got going on over there, opponent? I mean, it's not gonna matter because you're dead, but if you were not dead, I'm very interested to see what you have happened, what you got going on over there. Should I not kill my opponent just so they show me? Nah, I guess I'm gonna kill them. Seems like the higher EV play to just kill them. T-West Simic. Is this a triple Titan? This is definitely a triple Titan draw. T-West Simic. This is just value. This is just value, you know. The classic turn 3 overkill is the best kind, really. It really is the best kind. We could have cast another Titan if we wanted to, but we would not have been able to haste it, so I guess maybe we could have hasted it. I don't know, I haven't done the math with Scout. But Gemstone Sanctuary. Alright, this game is red. Red. Next. Another Gemstone and Ghost Quarter, sure. Boom, boom, boom. Red. Colorless. Colorless. And the last one gets Sun Home and another T-West. Because value. Double strike this one. Double strike that one. Double strike that one. Okay, funny conceits. I guess that the third double strike in Titan was the one that forced them into the concession, you know? They were fine with the first two, but the third one was too much, you know? I love this snow-covered forest from Cold Snap. Yeah, yeah, I mean, if I had to go with the foil one, I guess I would go with the Cold Snap one, but I don't know. Well, but you're gonna need to like the frame. If you're playing the unhinged one, the frame is gonna be different. With it doesn't matter which one you use. Your frames are gonna be different anyway. Oh, what's up, Manarox? Yeah, I didn't recognize you from the Sadlifa, the Sadlifa name. So, Tron has been around. To be fair, yeah, I've seen it with like it's playing a combo with like Paradoxical. No, the engine one. I can't remember the name. I think the Sideburn is going to be different, but I think I definitely want Force of Vigor in this matchup, though. And I might want Explosives, even though this card is pretty weird because my opponent can mess with it, which is kind of awkward. And I don't think that Field of the Dead is going to be good in this matchup. But yeah, we're good there. Dice Factory Tron. It's the counter Tron deck. Coretapper. Tron did actually well at the SCG. Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, triple Amulet gets pretty nutty real quick. First or second SCG open. Okay, let's check out the list. Coretapper, Ballista, Karn. Okay, so they are playing Great Creator. Good to know about that. Alright, so it's basically like the E-Tron mana base with Coretapper, like Cornucopia and all that stuff. So they're playing Chalice. So yeah, so I think I'm happy with how I boarded. I probably, since they're playing the Chalice, maybe I should not be playing these dudes. And I'd rather have Ballistas instead. Because Ballista can stop the Coretapper dude. This hand looks a little bit too slow, unfortunately. This one looks much better. And I think I'm gonna bottom the Scout because specifically your Chalice. Because of Chalice, I mean. Because I can turn one Steerings, play around the Chalice, and then I can Swiss on 3, hopefully setting up a Titan. Like, even if I draw a Scout here, I am not going to... Nice. I'm not going to play it out on 1 because I want to play around Chalice. Whoa, look at that. Okay, so what do we need? That is the question. I guess we can force the action. And then give me the link. So I guess Coretapper is what I needle. Alternatively, I could needle Karn the Great Creator. Coretapper does seem more relevant. Yeah. Because we can stop Tron next turn. Brutal. Alright, got me. I was not expecting that one. Here, that's the third game. Seems like he had some great topics. So 3 games were pretty good games. Yeah, it was a sweet match. Man, Rocks, I appreciate it. 2 alter some for you. Yeah, sorry, I fell behind in chat. Can challenge for 6 to be honest. Alright, so if my opponent has a natural Tron, they got me. I guess they can map for Blast Zone now. Ghost Squatter. My Ghost Squatter. I actually kind of like that. Actually, I should have... I know, I guess I can't let that result. Mono Blue Tron? Uh-oh. I mean, they don't have mana for Lattice, so there's that. I mean, it was that Thought Knot Seer on that turn that really got me. Can we find lethal here? So I played second Amulet. I play this. That gives me 4 mana. I'm exactly 1 mana short. How unlucky is that? How unlucky is that? So they can't map into... They can't map into Last Zone and Crack, so I don't need to worry about that. Committal Coding doesn't really do anything here. Okay, so I'm not gonna get to swing for lethal, so I think I'm interested in killing this Karn here. Slayer Stronghold. Boom. What am I getting here? I don't have packs to pay for. So this means that my opponent basically wasted Karn, so that's nice. But there's like literally no use in me activating this here. So I think I'm gonna serve, I'm gonna kill the Karn, and then I'm gonna get blue packed. Because my opponent can probably not kill this Primeval Titan. Kill Karn the Great Creator, yes. I guess we're gonna do so off of Simic Tolaria. Sounds about right. Now my opponent destroying my amulets doesn't do anything. Karn down. I guess Chalice into Great Creator would be a problem. But we can beat basically everything else. Yes, they could, but I guess that my opponent is not very familiar with Amulet, because they could have definitely messed me up there if they had been more careful and activated their coding properly. They would have also been able to get more value from Karn. Like this way, they just destroyed the forest, which is like it's worthless for me because I have second Amulet, and they knew about the Simic Growth Chamber too, and they also knew about the Titan because they knew from the Thought Knot. So if my opponent attacks, I'm not blocking to play around Dismember or Walking Ballista potentially. The blue is very interesting though. I'm definitely intrigued by this. What's up, German Garayok? How you doing? Big ass is happening. Yes, it is. Will you be there? Rooting for me in the finals. Thank you so much. All right, that's some resolves. Destroy the Endurance Surge node. Sounds good. Hashtag synergy. Attack. No blocks. Alright. Cool. So now we transmute for Titan. We can't. Can't transmute for Titan. This is not active, so I don't care. My opponent is 2 lands away from Tron, so I don't care. Guess we start here. Explosives. We can play this for 0. I guess it's better than the alternatives, right? So Play this for 0. Crack. Do this thing here. Serve. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I cannot activate. I cannot get field going. I guess I side out the field, right? Silly me. I guess getting excavator going would have been better. Yeah, maybe I should have done that actually. I could Vesuva their Inventor's Fair in order to dig for my amulet. That's kind of hilarious actually. But we're not gonna go the cute route. Just gonna set up hopefully lethal attack for next turn. So we still have multiple ways to make blue mana in order to pay for our blue pact. So I struggle to find how my opponent gets out of this. Mystic Forge. This sounds pact worthy, right? Definitely pact worthy, yeah. Alright, 2-0. One 0 against Coretapper Tron. Yeah, I guess my opponent was drawing to like Ensnaring Bridge, but then I can just like transmit for Rex Sage and blow it up, so I still win. Or I could have just like pacted it. But if my opponent had gone for that, like if my opponent had like top deck the bridge and they just play it, I let it resolve. And that's if you're my opponent, that's when you know that you're super dead. When you draw your 1-outer and then your opponent is like, yeah, resolves. You know they have a Pact of Negation in hand and they just like not using it in your like trump card. That's when you know you're really dead. Okay, what do we got here? We definitely have a reasonable keep. Not incredible, but definitely a keep. So turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Gracer. Hopefully we find the green source. Why was it better to not just transmute and play E on 0 and blow it up? Because, I mean, we had enough mana to transmute, even without steerings, so playing the steerings first was free. And then if we actually find an amulet, we can set up like my opponent to chump block. Like we can put my opponent on a 2-turn clock thanks to Sunhome. So it's definitely correct to steerings before we transmute. And then we would still have enough mana to transmute for explosives on 0 and play it and crack it if we want to. I meant after the steerings because we got the steerings. Like the other alternatives were not good enough. Like we got the explosives off the steerings. And by holding the Tolerian in hand, we set up the play that I'm explaining right now, which is next turn we can transmit for Summoner's Pact and get Rex Sage, Raven Up Excavator, or another Titan if my opponent doesn't find the bridge. So holding the T-West in hand was definitely correct. Yep, so my opponent, I guess they kept their hand and then they left. So, yep. Here we are. Any changes from yesterday's list? You can check it out there. Big Monkey, we Biting Needle instead of Tracker and Ballista instead of Golos. And 5 mana open with the E in hand after the string, so when we transmit for Pact, play the EE and crack for Protection Chalice while setting up another Titan the turn after. So what I'm saying is that playing the steerings first is free. Like there's no need to transmute before we steerings. And we only have 1 explosives in the deck and we found it off the steerings. So at that point there's not really like it doesn't make sense to try to like transmute for something. Right, I'm not saying, yeah, but again, if playing steerings first is free, then it doesn't, like what you're saying doesn't really make sense, because we found the explosives of the steerings. If we had not found explosives, that is a different story. But then if I don't find the explosives, I'm probably transmuting for Summoner's Pact anyway. I'm just not casting it. Transmute for Summoner's Pact and play the EE. But because I need to play the Stronghold, which was in my hand, in order to haste to give my Titan Vigilance, and I wanted, like, I wanted to play both offense and defense at the same time, and I need Stronghold for that. I mean, I am not very familiar with my opponent's deck, right? So why would I want my opponent to, like, be able to attack into my stuff, right? Like, I'm not the Chalice. Chalice doesn't do anything. Could have gone and counter block. Yeah, we could have, but that's. Oh, I guess they didn't keep their hand. Okay, that makes more sense. So what I'm saying is that, what are we trying to, like, play around? You know what I'm saying? What would be the problem? All right, Ursa. I really like this deck. I think I want to explosives first. Blue-white Ursa? Alright, that's not bad. I guess we kinda need to play around Damping Sphere. I don't think Ursa plays explosive, so I'm gonna play out this Amulet right now. Because next turn we have lethal. Oh, it's not Ursa. No land. Oh, opponent. Why would you attack there? So I guess they could be holding up Astrophy here. So 3-2 Azusa, 1 floating, then I play this and this. Sounds about right. Gemstone Sanctuary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made a mistake. I wanted to bounce the Garrison. Yikes. Ah, damn it. Ugh. That sucks. This was actually a potentially very bad mistake. Back for assist, otherwise we won't have double green. Yep, I know. That's why I did. Yeah, sorry, I fell behind a little bit with chat there. So we set up the next one. So we can cast another Titan if we want here. But if we cast the second Titan, then... If we cast the second Titan, then we die. Like, we need to pay for 2 pacts. And we kind of die to Master Pulse. And we can't haste them. Okay, that's enough. And for me to not to want to go for that. Now here I can double strike very easily. They're playing Path to Exile. Wow. Got me. Got me. Okay, so they might... I guess they are playing the Advanced Soul Herder deck. I am just surprised to see that they are playing the Astrolabes in the... Oh, Jeskai Soul Herder, I guess? No, this is for colors at least. Are they playing like Nev? But if they're playing Nev, then why are they playing Path to Exile? I'm very confused here. 4 colors, a Saheeli combo? Maybe? With Astrolabes? Hopefully they tap out for something irrelevant here. Like a Jace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Further Guardian resolves. So unless they have Force of Negation... Okay, so now we know they're playing Saheeli combo. So unless they have Force of Negation, we should be good to go here. Yes. Force? No force? Alright. You are dead souls. I'm gonna bounce this. And now we double Titan. Alright, things looking good here. Like, I imagine that if they did not... If they did not force the first one... They do not have the force for the second one. So, we're gonna get... Vesuva to copy Stronghold. It's 5. Bounce here. 1, 2, 3. 1 here and there. Yes. We're gonna get Vesuva and Gemstone, I guess. Crossroads. Gemstone. Vesuva copy in here. White. Haste there. Haste there. And we have very, 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 very lethal. We have like infinity lethal here, basically. That's what this is. This is infinity lethal. Lovable Dingo, thank you for the follow. Yes. That's kind of annoying, actually. Come on, OP, just concede. Red. Bounce. This. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I want paths. Let me catch up with chat real quick. Was keeping the E-Oper for Chalice gonna do we can cast the pack next turn while the whole Well, we hold negation. I would have attacked with the Titan and gotten a Kali to block, so in that case, they don't have anything to draw. Chalice, we have Titan next turn, I could haste it. I think both lines are fine. Your subtlety worked, and it's a bit safer, so we're in no rush. Yeah, I mean, there's, like, again, it's like, what do you want to play around? I think that if you want to play around, like, Chalice into the perfects, then your line does make a little bit more sense. So I guess maybe I should have considered it a little bit longer. But I wanted to just make sure that I don't get randomly killed by, like, I don't even know why. Like, my opponent just goes off and, like, ballistas me for, like, 6 or something, and then those 4 from the thought not were lethal or whatever. I don't even know. But yeah, Saheeli copies Saheeli and Fairy Guardians, flickers them, so... that's some good value right there, for sure. Purge and Needle. I'm definitely using Needle. I definitely want explosives. Purge kills exactly Saheeli and nothing else. That does not seem good enough for me. They might play some counter magic, I'm not sure. I guess I don't want Gracer. I'd rather play around like Damping Sphere or something. Definitely want Ballista in my deck. I don't think I want all 3 explosives. 2 should be fine. And I do want Trinket Mage. Should I hedge with a Rex Sage? Don't think I want GQ. But do I want to hedge against like Damping Sphere and stuff with a Rex Sage? I don't think so. I have 2 explosives already. Maybe I guess it's important to have Pact of Negation in this kind of matchup to just prevent ourselves to dying on the crackback. Definitely one of the paths to not die, and we can shave 1 steerings, I guess. Not happy about that, but something needs to go. Some list uses Blood Moon. You gotta be kidding me, like their 4-color deck plays Blood Moon. That's so disgusting. I think this is a fine keep. Hopefully we can draw some stuff. You will bring in what Rexes? Yeah, we're probably gonna bring it in for game 3. Oh, you know what? Maybe they are playing Ren and 6. I might get super punished by playing Scout here. If they are playing Ren and 6, we are gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Please don't. Okay, that one is fine. That one is okay. Okay, so we're gonna play Amulet. Play this. And we have double steerings in hand, so I'm gonna risk it. And of course, since my opponent helixed my Scout last turn, I am definitely jamming this one here. Night of Autumn on my Amulet. Okay. I mean, I don't love that, but could have gone much worse for me. Whiffsky. Bounce land. Alright, sweet. So, I guess we played a land already. How was the first leg? Wait for 1. Yeah, I'm definitely doing a Blood Moon on 3 this turn. Because I mean, Azusa doesn't speed up my Titan unless I draw exactly another Amulet, so... Narser, Parter of Veils. Delay? Interesting. Yeah, definitely playing the Sanctuary here because... now we get to... Nice. Nice. Pact of Negation? No, Force of Negation. They do have the Force of Negation. Okay, so since they did have the Force, we're gonna do red, green, white, and I think we just main phase activate this. It basically denies my opponent of a draw from this Narset, which I think it might be actually important. Just get our 2 for 1. And end of turn, I think I'm flashing in the Tolero West. We get punished if I draw exactly... If I draw exactly Gemstone Mine. So we can die to the combo, which is nice. If they want to trade this for a snake, I'm okay with that. Alright, any bounce land is very good. Titan is of course the best draw. What's the combo? It's a Saheeli plus Felidar Guardian. It's basically Splinter Twin. Saheeli. We can actually kill this, which is nice. So I guess it forces a path. So if my opponent has the path, yeah, they do. Okay. So I guess we cannot actually play this Azusa out because that would mean that we would not have path mana. So we're gonna have to wait here. But we can try again next turn. That's also kind of nice. Delay. So yeah, I don't think I can tap out of. I don't think I can tap out of Path to Exile here. Last loss was to last round to vampires, like modern vampires. I can't even imagine how that deck looks. That's kind of annoying. That dude is very annoying, actually. Pithing Needle with Suspend is kind of hilarious. Ooh. So they have shown me Force of Negation. They have shown me Path to Exile, which they can cast right now. They have also shown me Helix and a bunch of things like that. So what do I want to play around is the question. I think I'm gonna play a Sousa and I'm gonna go after the Teferi here. I need for this to resolve. Like, I need to get the Teferi out of the table. So I have actual interaction in my hand here. No, because if I trinket and I explosives on 3, then I lose to Force of Negation, right? So not loving that prospect. They have a second one. That's gross. Bounce Astrolabe. Value. So much value. When you said that I'm losing to force, what do you mean? I have a prime time. And they're like entirely tapped out. Oh, solid. You guys remember that part where we were afraid of dying? And then we won the game? I remember that part. So this one's gonna go face, and this one's gonna go at the ferry, because value. Sunhome and Simic. All right. Dead you. Dead you. Nusnacker, thank you for the follow. Do we keep this? Do we have the read? Do we have the read? I think I have the read, guys. I think I have the read. I think I have the read. When it goes turn 1 mountain, and then I cry, but... Sometimes you have the read. Got him! Nice Vengevines, bro. How about instead of 8 power of hasty threats on turn 2, we get no power of hasty threat on turn 2? How would that feel for you, OP? Because I like it. I like it. And the Vesuva, yep. Yep. Turn 1 bog, turn 2 bog, turn 3 bog. The classic. The classic. What it is like being so smart? Oh, I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend being this smart. Oh, I'm on fire, guys. I'm sorry. I'm seeing the flames. Seeing the flames. It's too much. It's too much. In all seriousness, my opponent can go Stitcher Supplier, Hogaak next turn. So just saying that is a possibility available to my opponent. So we're going to Susa, and then we're gonna play the Forest and play the Sanctuary bouncing the Vesuva. This way we guarantee full value playing around Lightning Axe. And we also get some extra value from the Essential Strings. Do I want Simic Growth Chamber or Gemstone Mine? Even if this dies, I still have access to Titan Mana next turn, so I guess I'm going to go with the Simic Growth Chamber. What did I say though? I said I think I have the read. Sometimes You just have the read, you know. Sometimes you just have the read, you know. And when you have the read, you should embrace it, you know. Be one with the read. We're gonna get to do some nasty stuff this turn too. So we take two. We play Gemstone Mine, Prime Time, get T West, Field, get two Sombos, Vesuva the Field, get two more Sombos, and then like play something. This does come up fairly often. I'm gonna be honest. Like having the split between basic forest and snow covered forest is been really paying off. Yes, we were on the draw this game. This may be a bit of a stretch here, but seems that Bob seems decent against the Gag. I am not sure what you mean, Papa John's napkins. I cannot, understand. I don't see what you're saying. How is the Hogaak matchup? I played against it only 2 times, won both games, and I know how the matchup actually is. It's actually pretty bad. It's not great. It's not great for sure. Helios TND, thank you for the follow. But if you are as good as I am, then the matchup is much better. Just saying. I've definitely had the Natty Bog many times, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. My opponent cannot play around any of this here. The only thing that is kind of annoying is that now the line that I was describing earlier I cannot take anymore because now I need to play a Simic Growth Chamber. Oh, I guess I could just do like Gemstone Simic, and that would leave me with enough cards. This gives me 2 less zombies, but it also gives me a dead opponent, so so I will take that trade-off, 2 less zombies, dead opponent, Stronghold Field. Do I even haste here, or do I go for like full Sombo mode? Because I can get got by Assassin's Trophy here. I guess Assassin's Trophy gives me more zombies, so this is, yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this. This is kind of hilarious. Please trophy me, bro. Give me 4 more zombies. I will take 2 more zombies. And then we have like 6 more zombies next turn. Think we're looking alright here. I don't want to. Yeah, they have the Dredge. The Dredge taps for grade. I don't want to call it too early, but I think that we're doing just fine here. I have no idea why my opponent hasn't conceded yet. They only have 3 cards in hand. Like, I cannot. What would be the nuts be? What would the nuts be? So the nuts would be trophy for my prime time into trophy here into Stitcher Supplier, and the first Stitcher Supplier mills the second 2 Vengevines, and the third Stitcher Supplier actually mills Hogaak and stuff. Yeah, I have no idea why my opponent took so long to concede there. Thermal Crypt Cages, yes, and that's it. That out. We only want 1 of those. This out. This out. And I've been taking out the Grazer, but maybe like if I see Dark Blast, some lists are playing Dark Blast. If I see Dark Blast, I think I'm gonna take out one Scout instead. And one more land, which is gonna be the Cavern of Souls. What do you think of Card Creator in this deck? Helios, I have been playing Karn for the past, like, since it was printed, basically, and it's my favorite way to build a deck. However, I think that Karn is not very good right now. I think that Hogaak is just too much. Yeah, so if we didn't haste because I was playing around Assassin's Trophy, so I decided to play Vesura copying the Field of the Dead so I could make more zombies instead. This is definitely The Walking Dead for sure. But yeah, Helios, I made a almost like 3 hours video talking about all the different versions of Amulet, pros and cons, when you should go for one version versus the other and why. And you can find that on my YouTube channel. YouTube. As soon as the guy gets the hammer, he could be back. I certainly hope so, because it's my favorite version of the deck. I don't know whether it's the most powerful. Right now, I think this is the most powerful, by the way. Like, Trinket Mage, I think is the best thing to be doing right now in the current modern metagame, which is very hostile. But yeah. So you can find in that YouTube channel, you can find the Mystifying Amulet Titan Part 2. And that's where I go ham. I go ham for like 3 hours talking about like all the different reasons to play one version of the deck versus the other. Yeah, this is a little bit too risky against a matchup that I'm not very happy with, so we're gonna mulligan. This is better. And I guess we're gonna bin that. We have some interaction. I don't know where. I mean, that's not the good interaction, right? The good interaction is Cage, Tormod Shreds, etc. Up to how many lines do you like to cut? When I used to play with 28s, you cut to 1 to every match to use the sand in the game matchup. Now with 29s, I could cut between 1 and 3. Well, I never want to go below 27, basically under any circumstances. So I think that 27 is the floor, basically. You never want to go any less than that. And I try to shave as little as possible. I tend to shave more aggressively in matchups that are a little bit faster. That's not a bad draw, I guess. In faster matchups, I try to, shave down to 27. Fairly Oosh. I almost clicked in the Amulet, and I want to think about this first. Is it better to Amulet or is it better to Gemstone? Even, is it better to Semi-Growth? I think that we are a little bit too far behind. We need to Amulet. We're far behind enough that we need to Amulet. So what is that, Aaron? That is like a command that will count the times that we natty bogged my opponents, but I am the only one that can use it. Is that correct? Third try is the charm. I guess so, Suf. And I guess here I'm going to. I guess it depends on what we draw. But as is, I'm interested in like Amulet into Sanctuary, hold up path. If we draw Azusa, things might change. We might get gacked here. Alright, sweet Aaron, thank you. The natty bog command is actually a very, very useful command, Second Thoughtseize. Okay. Probably picking either the Titan or the Amulet. Maybe Path if my opponent has an aggro kind of draw. But I would imagine that they do not take the amulet because it's kind of easy for them to answer it. Or maybe I am just a bullshitter. LOL. Maybe they can trophy my land here. That would be gross. There's the Hogaak. Ugh. Yeah, I can't beat this anymore. Alright. We're just gonna hope that my opponent is not as lucky. And take it from there. Yeah, Stitcher Supplier sometimes being basically triple Entomb. It's pretty insane. Alright. On the play against the Hogaak. I don't think this hand does it. You're teasing me, deck. You're teasing me. Alright, we're gonna keep this and we're gonna die miserably. No, I can't keep this. I need to move to 4. Yep. We have to go to 4. I don't think any of the previous hands were keepable though. Maybe the first one? Like if I know that my opponent's gonna move to like 5 or something. Maybe the first one, but yeah, I don't think. My opponent just... Alright. So we bottom this, we bottom this, and we bottom... What pieces are we gonna need in order to win here? We're gonna need these steerings to not whiff. So let's say that this is a bounce land. So if this is a bounce land, I think I'm gonna do this. Actually, I should have steered on turn 1. Yeah, I should have steered on turn 1. Ugh. It sucks when I like make a play and I immediately regret it. This happens sometimes. Please no thoughtseize. God damn it. And we're so gonna get Godlike Force of Vigor. Just look at this. Just look at my opponent having the Force too. Just look at my opponent having the Force of Vigor right here. Ah. I mean, we're gonna need more lands than this, so. I mean, if my opponent has nothing. Never mind. Maybe? Ah, that's it. That is it. We were doing so well up until that point, and now we're dead. Classic move to 4 into opponent having all the answers for all my stuff. Now it's too much. 12, 13, 14, 15. And I don't think Titan stabilizes anymore. Bog doesn't do anything. How do I not die? Crossroads. But if I crossroads, then I cannot Titan. So I guess we do that. So I'm taking 8, 12, 14, 15, down to 1. Yeah, okay. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Yeah, I guess Path to Exile would have done it, huh? If I manage to find exactly Path, then I can use that turn to transmute and Path the Hogaak. And then I need to draw any untap source and I Titan and I win. Yeah, so that was a combination, I guess. That was definitely a combination. I know, only 11 and 2. Damn it. Only 11 and 2 with this list. Sucks, man. It really sucks. The word is branch. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. El Tano. Vamos, todavía. Buena suerte. Tano is how we call Italians in Argentina, so that's why I'm asking if my opponent is Argentinian. What was the other loss? We lost to the Gak right now, and we lost to... what did we lose to? I really don't remember. This hand is naughty. Ugh. Ugh. Yes, yes, we're going to keep this hand. Are you Tano Peaches? Yeah, I mean, Peaches is kind of like an Italian thing, right? All right. Yeah, so my opponent is actually Italian, but they live in Argentina, which makes sense. All right. Hopefully they're playing blue-white. Water, great. Okay, they're playing Esper something. Okay. Mox Opal into Ursa into something. Amulet? Because that would make things easier, you know? Just like... just take my opponent out of their misery. Ugh. So unlucky. This is actually not a bad draw because now I can develop my mana while still doing everything that I wanted to do. So... I get to do this. And I get to do this. And unless my opponent goes infinite on me right now, I think we got this. Titano Primitivo. Yeah, they are gonna get Titano Primitivo'd. Flooded Strand. Probably the Fairy here. Indeed, Teferi. There's nothing they can bounce that would prevent them from dying next turn though. So what this does is it kind of forces me to attack the Teferi if I want to. Like if I want to get rid of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tap for green here. Sousa. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Prime time. Yes. So no more land drops, only 1 mana. I'm not gonna be able to transmute for anything relevant. So I think I don't play around. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I'm really scared of here. Just gonna set up. Just gonna set up an answer to Ensnare and Bridge. That's it. And then I can, if my opponent answers my Titan somehow, I don't know how they're gonna do that, but if they do, then I just ballista them to death. I'm actually gonna F3 and then, whoops, no. F3 and then Collision Relic. Oh, sweet, Word is Branch, thank you for the follow. Hello, I am to the party. Good night or morning. You are moderately late to the party. Reasonably late to the party. And now my opponent is dead. But yeah, this is the second league. We 4-1 the first one. And now we are doing some nasty things to my new friend El Tano. So we're going to transmit for Explosives on 3. So I want to make sure that I get my full Azusa value. And I guess that we might as well start by getting another Titan. I guess this guy is just lethal by itself, huh? Yeah, so I guess we're going to play around Force of Negation, I guess. So we transmute. Explosives on 3. Play this, play this. I could cast like another Titan, it doesn't matter. We serve and we Sun Home. All right, that's us. So we're playing against like some Esper Ursa stuff. Esper Ursa stuff. Probably want this. Definitely want this. Sage Force for sure. Two Autos instead of Titan. Yeah, I couldn't because... Oh yeah, 30. Third E for sure. I couldn't because I needed to use the explosives on 3, which was going to kill my Azusa. I know, bad beats, huh? I guess I won't Cavern because sometimes these decks play Ceremonious Rejection. Gracer out. Trinket Mage in for sure. Rex Sage in. Force as well. Cross. I haven't seen Ursa yet. But they're probably playing Ursa. I don't think I like feeling this matchup. Because I'm not really losing to them like half going off. I'm losing when they just go infinite on me. I'm not losing to like half of their combo. Guess one scout. What's it better, to scout or to amulet? I think I'd rather have scout than amulet. Amulet, Amulet to land lock them. No, it's not very good. They play like a bunch of basics. You usually want to bring Raminap against matchups where they don't play a bunch of basics and you can realistically lock them. That's one of them. You want to bring it against decks where an example of that would be maybe something like I don't even think I want it against Infect. Well, then matchups where they aggressively go after your lands, that is blue-white, John, stuff like that. And you want it against matchups where going after the lands is actively good, like against Tron or things like that. But you don't want to really bring it for value, you know. I played against Black-White Taxes yesterday on my way to the 5-0, and Raminap was insane. I even set myself in a scenario where my opponent has an Arbiter in play. And my opponent had an Arbiter in play, and I have like 3 mana open and explosives on 2. And they don't know about the Raminap in my hand. So I tap myself out of Arbiter with my opponent having Arbiter and Ghost Quarter in play. And I tap myself out at end of turn in order to entice them to like destroy my bounce land. And they go for it. They destroy my bounce land, and I play the Raminap, and I needed a bounce land in order to win. So I get it back, and like they just gave me the bounce land without noticing. It was great. Definitely mulligan this. I guess we keep this, and I guess we bottom the Azusa. I didn't think about it through. I didn't think it through. Now I don't have anything to pitch to this. Maybe that was a mistake. Thoughtseize? Definitely Thoughtseize. Womp womp. Yeah, especially against matchups where they have a bunch of basics, just like GQ locking them out of the game is just not feasible. They go for the Scouterino. Okay. Guess that's a reason to have kept my Azusa, huh? Biting Needle on what? I guess it doesn't really matter, like they left me with the Force of Vigor in hand, unless they have a Thoughtseize. Explosives? Tolaria West? Those would be the options that I would consider. Explosives. Okay. I know that my opponent can like kill this here, but that means that they're not cantripping. And I don't think I'm pitching to this force. I think I'm just hard casting it at this point. This is why this is by far the best force printed in Modern Horizons, because it can actually be card advantage, which none of the other forces can do. Okay. So do I want second blue? Yeah, I think I do want second blue. So now we have actually Pact of Negation up because we have the second blue for it. So that is cool. Yeah, they cantrip. And that is why I was not particularly afraid of them killing the scout there. Okay, do you feel like we're ahead? Because we actually are. My opponent not hitting land drops, it's kind of huge. But if they play a Mox Opal, I am going to... Okay. Now it seems very relevant for me to do this. Prime time? Never lucky, huh? Never lucky. Guess we hold this up. And is the 1 damage going to be relevant? Is the 1 damage going to be relevant? Yeah, I guess I serve. I guess it's 2 damage, huh? Take 2, bro. And I think that the only thing that I packed here is an Ursa. I can EE on 2. Yeah, that's actually sounds pretty nasty. Sure. I've already used my explosives, so knock yourself out. You've been threat like in a lot of these games. I have. Honestly, it's just unlucky. I do have a bunch of threats in my deck. Like I have 10 Titans. I have Ballista. Trinket Mage also counts as a threat because of the Ballista. And Rex Sage almost counts as a threat. But I just been drawing a bunch of blanks to Luria West. So I guess I mean, yeah, that this counts. So 4 next turn. That's down to actually 5 next turn. That's down to 7. If I take this turn, it's gonna be down to 6. I can activate Ballista twice actually. So that's 4, 6, and then 4 here. So that's 10, 12. Okay, so this damage actually does matter, because this damage actually sets up lethal for next turn. It's important to do that kind of thinking, obviously, right? Because that might seem like an irrelevant ping that I just attacked my opponent for, but it's actually way more important than you might think at first sight. how many plants we have. I mean, I can attack through Ensnare and Bridge like easy. I can attack through Ensnare and Bridge, no problem. I got this. Oof, Teferi? That's an expensive Teferi. Oof, yeah, this is not... And I'm letting this resolve because I kind of don't care about this. Probably gonna minus on the Ballista, which means that I get to kill it for... Oh, that's actually quite smart. But they need, like, they don't have mana. Yeah, they just kill themselves. If they bounce the Ballista, they get one more turn. If they bounce the Ballista, they get one more turn. So, I mean, it's the difference between like getting one more turn or just dying on the spot. So, because they have already made their land drop, so it doesn't really help them, right? One more for top 8. Yeah, for sure. I actually wonder. Let's see real quick. 1849 rating. It's pretty solid. My record has been 1908. That's the best I've been able to pull off. Yeah, this is not a keepable hand. This this is kind of a keepable hand. Okay. Now what we bottom is actually quite interesting. I can't bottom the gemstone mine, and I can't bottom the sanctuary, so I think I'm gonna bottom the basic forest. And I guess we're playing either against Phoenix or against Storm, so it's not really going to matter. Well, I guess it is going to matter. I would have much rather have the basic forest in my hand. It's not a bad draw there. That's what we needed. So this turn we Amulet into Steerings. Thing in the ice. Overall, yeah, okay, so we might just be dead here. We can chump the Baraldo. None of these lands do anything really. Alright, kill me, bro. Yeah, I mean, Calmy doesn't suck in the Ursa matchup. It allows you to attack through Ensnaring Bridge. That is like my favorite thing about Storm, is like the fact that they get like a free repeal, no attacks into the plant. Opponent's just not afraid. That is kind of awkward though. Ugh. I cannot play this guy out. So I guess the correct thing to do is to play this out and just not play the Amulet. And now this sets up Titan mana for next turn. Salty Sona, thank you for the follow. And that was the only way to set up mana for Titan, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Who plays Storm in this economy anyway? Yeah, this is very lethal, right? I'm just going to trust that my opponents knows what they are doing. Yeah. Good choice, opponent. Okay. Pact, Crypt, Cage. Maybe Force a Vigor. Actually, maybe a Rex Sage instead. I think maybe Force a Vigor actually. This guy out. 2 explosives is fine. Definitely want Cavern. I don't want Field. Don't want Ghost Squatter. So this is mostly for Area of Flame more than anything else. Relic out and Gracer out. How much do we care about killing their dudes? We care exactly 2 engineered explosives about killing their dudes. If we had a Braids, we would bring them in, but Pass to Exile just ramps them, and it's not worth it. Storm doesn't play Ari much. I don't know. I mean, they might also play Moon. Sometimes they play Moon. I think that they were not on the fetch meta base, so I would not expect Moon, but you know, I don't know. Opponents on Noble Moon. I know. I have been got by it anyway. Like my opponent goes turn 1, like Spiral of Canal, turn 2, Shivan Reef, turn 3, Blood Moon, and I'm just sad. So yes, I agree with what you're saying, in that they are on a fetchless mana base, so they're probably not playing Moon. I'm not going to say that it has not happened to me before. This would be a snap keep if any of these were non-bounce land. Down to 5. Down to 4. Keep. Bottom this, bottom this, bottom this. Done. Have the potential of a turn 3 Titan here. Azusa gets me there. Like, Azusa is by far the best draw here. I've kept Trinket for turn 3 Cage. Nah. I think I need to get lucky at this point. Also, I knew that the Cage was on top of the deck anyway, so... Why Trinket to Cage when it's in the top of the deck, so... There's no need for it, you know? Just, this is more mana efficient. Just having fun here. Azusa? That one doesn't count. Okay, I need to make that one count. So I'm going to play out my lands. So now I need to draw any bounce land. And I'm going to have a turn 5 Titan. Yeah, this one doesn't count towards Azusa though, because I can't... No, my opponent just has it. Turn 3 kill through Grafdigger's Cage. Must be nice. Must be real nice. Empty. 10, 14, 16, 17. That's not lethal. So punished. So punished. Alright. One bounce on the way from the win. Yeah, Burden 1, I'm not looking great here. Not looking great, unfortunately for us. And if they have something like Remand or whatever, we're just super dead. Bounce land. Bounce land. Bounce land. Bounce land. Bounce land. They probably have remand, right? They totally have remand. Can I play around remand? Pact for Asusa. Recast the Asusa. Yeah, I guess I can play around remand. They have to not have anything, right? How is this fair otherwise? So I guess they have a bounce spell here. They can't have Echoing Truth because they would have Echoing Truth my Amulet already. So I guess I can't play around anything now. Okay. We just can't play around stuff. Here. All right. Show me. There it is. Wow. Why would they? I couldn't play around this though. They should have definitely Echoing Truth my Amulets though. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we just study. Yeah, I guess we could have transmuted for explosives. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess explosives for 0 was the play. The problem with explosives for 0 is so I get to oof. Did I close the game? So the problem with explosives for 0 is that well, I guess I had one more land drop. So I can prime time instead of getting this and this, I get Tolaria West. Tolaria West and what? Yeah, so I guess you guys are right, and explosives for 0 was the play instead of trying to haste. I need to make sure that I have mana to pay for Pact, but that is easy because I have the forest and I can just copy the growth chamber instead of the garrison, and then I can pay for Pact in my upkeep. Yeah. Yeah, we could have won this game if we had gone for Tolaria West plus Tolaria plus Crossroads, I think is what I would have gone for. Then we transmute explosives for 0 and make sure that we hold the bounce line in hand. So I guess we would have needed to be like Tolaria plus a green bounce land because I want to hold the bounce land in hand for the next turn so I can hard cut my Titan again after paying for Pact. Yeah, so that was the play. So I was just gonna get T-West Tolaria, and then hope that my opponent doesn't find the Passing Flames. I guess Passing Flames doesn't do anything. Never mind. Yeah, that was the play. So Tolaria West bounce land, and then we explosive for 0, blow up my opponent's board. Even if they bounce here, we just block the Electromancer. Yeah, we block the Electromancer, and then next turn we cast the Titan again, and now we go for haste, and we gain some life and stuff. Yep, so I punted that game. Yeah, I'm punting that game. Still, list looked solid. Still, list looks solid. I think that I like Needle more than the Tracker, honestly. It just does more in matchups where we are not that good. So I think that Needle is just solid. Same against like turning Trinket Mage into an answer to Liliana of the Veil or something like that. It's also quite relevant. Though I guess against Jan I'd rather have Tracker than this. But yeah. Yeah, Fields has been okay. I'm playing it one off in the main deck. But yeah, so again, I should have gone in the last game. I should have gone for explosives on 0. Sorry. So the issue with that is that if I don't attack for lethal, yeah. So this is actually something to consider. If I don't attack for lethal, then my opponent has no reason to bounce my Titan, so they just bounce the Grafdigger's Cage and they go off. So I guess I would have needed to find Tolaria West Bajuga Bog and just, I guess, hope I draw a Titan next turn. That was a multi 4 though. Just want to say that was a multi 4 and we were very, very close to winning that game. If my opponent hadn't had the Echo Truth, we would have won that game. Have you tried Collector Roof in the sideboard, sitting around a couple of lists? Yes, so the big thing with Collector Roof is that usually in the matchups where you want Collector Oof, Engineering Explosives is one of your best cards. So, like, Ursa, what else? Just like Affinity, Scales. Like, Explosives is just probably the best card in the deck, so it's a very big number. So that's a big thing. And you, against those kind of decks, you don't really get to Pact for the Youth often. Like, so even though it's a one-off, it is kind of just a one-off because you don't... those are generally like very quick matchups where you don't have time to like go pacting for things that are not Primeval Titan, basically. So, I have not tried it, but I don't... Like, I don't think it's gonna work as I would want it to work, basically. Is a control where just couldn't assert to tune and 1 versus 5 so where my tokens were bigger than his. Yeah, it's definitely it has been good so far. No, we definitely disagree there, Brethren One. Resolving, making sure that your Titans resolve and making sure that your Lethal Ballista resolves that is the game plan against control. And field is extremely easy to answer unless your opponent is playing something weird like Esper or Jeskai and they don't have fields. They just like field your field is dead and that's it. So you like the value you can set up things to like guarantee value from field of the deck. The difference is that if you guarantee value from field of the deck, you get a 2/2. If you guarantee value from Cavern, you get a Primeval Titan which gets more Primeval Titans. They can't answer both Cavern and field and everything. Yeah, but you're just saying that you were saying that it's better than this. So yeah, if you have both, it's great. But if you have one or the other, I'd much rather have access to Cavern than field. I know that I can't answer both in every game. But yep, that's gonna be it for me today. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We got 80 viewers even at the end. I prefer Phil because it makes me feel like I'm gonna win the league. Well, I mean, that's just your bias, you know? Like, that's just not objective thinking. It's just like, yeah, it really, like, I really crushed my opponent, so this card is great. It's just like, yeah, but that's not how you should analyze cards when you're trying to build the most optimal deck. If your goal is to have fun, then, you know, by all means, go ahead. But if your goal is to, like, try to figure out which cards are worth playing and which ones are not, then that's definitely not the correct way to analyze. But yep, so thanks everyone for hanging out today. If you make sure you hit that follow button if you are enjoying the content. You can also subscribe. You get access to these 3 sweet emotes, as well as a 50-page cyber guide I wrote on Amulet. I will be writing a new one for probably this list. As soon as I settle on a list to Vegas, I'm gonna like finish, you know, all the cyber guides, so my subs can, if they are playing at events during the weekend, they can, you know, use the cyber guide for them. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, that's where you can find me. If you want to join my Discord, that's where you can do it. If you want to follow me on YouTube, where I upload all of my previous streams, you can find my channel right there. Yeah, GP Vegas is this weekend, so I don't have much time to figure out the list. And finally, if you would like to donate to the stream, all donations are greatly appreciated. And with any donation of $12 or more, I will play any list of your choosing through an entire league live here on stream. All right. So let's go check out K Ponce's stream. He's a black-white Taxes player, so yep, let's go check it out. Also, the only person playing Modern right now, so that also, since everybody's prepping for Vegas, it seems very relevant to check out some other content. All right, see you all tomorrow, where I'll be back with more Amulet because I want to settle on this list. But yeah, have an amazing rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.